There is a question circulating through every Agile team, every tech Slack channel, and every LinkedIn post written by a nervous project manager. Are Scrum Masters becoming obsolete because of artificial intelligence? And the honest answer is more complicated than either the doomsayers or the cheerleaders want to admit. Here's our Kanban reality: work flowing across stages. Let us start with what is actually happening on the ground. In 2025, tech companies collectively spent over $320 billion on artificial intelligence and data centers. That is not a projection. That is money already committed, already flowing into tools that are fundamentally reshaping how teams plan, build, and ship products. And a significant portion of that investment is landing directly in the project management space, in the exact territory where Scrum Masters have operated for decades. Atlassian, the company behind Jira, the single most used Agile tool on the planet, has rolled out Atlassian Intelligence and an AI engine called Rovo that now lives inside every Jira workspace. These are not experimental features buried in a settings menu. These are front and center capabilities that automate sprint planning, break down epics into user stories, summarize comment threads with 50 messages into a single paragraph, predict sprint velocity, and flag blockers before a human even notices them. A project manager can type a plain English sentence like, "Show me all high-priority bugs in the current sprint," and the AI converts it into a precise query instantly. No JQL syntax required. No Scrum Master walking someone through the board. This matters because a large portion of what many Scrum Masters do on a daily basis falls into the category of administrative work. Facilitating stand-ups, updating boards, generating reports, tracking velocity, flagging dependencies, scheduling retrospectives, writing summaries, routing tickets, prioritizing backlogs, creating workflow automations. These are all tasks that AI can now perform faster, cheaper, and often more accurately than a human doing them manually. And every single month the tools get better, the models get smarter, and the integrations get deeper. Tools like Otter AI are transcribing meetings, pulling out action items, and creating summaries in real time. Jira's Rovo agents are suggesting task breakdowns and creating workflow automations using natural language. Sentiment analysis tools are scanning retrospective feedback and flagging morale shifts before anyone speaks up. Sprint prediction models are analyzing months of historical data to forecast whether a team will actually hit its commitments. This is not speculation about what might happen in 5 years. This is what is shipping right now. So does that mean the Scrum Master role is dead? Not even close. But here is where the honest conversation begins, because the role as many people practice it today absolutely is under threat. Now let's confront what this really means. There is a critical distinction in the Scrum Master world that most people outside of Agile do not appreciate. The role has two fundamental dimensions. There is the administrative and mechanical side, the process enforcement, the ceremony facilitation, the tool management, the reporting. And then there is the human side, the coaching, the mentoring, the conflict resolution, the culture building, the ability to read a room and know that two developers are about to blow up at each other even though nobody has said a word. AI is devastating the first category. It is making the mechanical Scrum Master, the person whose primary value is running stand-ups and updating Jira boards, genuinely redundant. If your entire contribution to a team is making sure the daily stand-up happens at 9:15 and the burn-down chart gets updated, you are in serious trouble. That work is being automated away right now, and it is not coming back. But the second category, the human side, remains almost entirely untouched by AI. And this is not a feel-good talking point designed to make Scrum Masters sleep better at night. This is a technical reality about what current AI systems can and cannot do. Large language models, no matter how sophisticated, do not understand their own outputs. Every major AI provider has confirmed this directly. They generate statistically probable text based on patterns and training data. They cannot read body language. They cannot sense that a quiet developer is disengaged because of a personal issue at home. They cannot navigate the political dynamics between a product owner who is demanding impossible deadlines and a development team that is silently burning out. They have no beliefs, no desires, no empathy, no emotional intelligence, and no lived experience. They are extraordinarily powerful pattern-matching engines, but they are not leaders, and they certainly are not coaches. And leadership is what separates a Scrum Master from a process administrator. The Scrum Guide itself says the Scrum Master is accountable for establishing Scrum as defined in the guide. You cannot hold an AI accountable. Accountability requires agency, judgment, and the willingness to push back against organizational pressure. AI does not push back. It optimizes within whatever parameters it is given, even if those parameters are driving a team into the ground. This is where accountability truly matters. Now here is what the job market data actually shows, because this is where reality gets genuinely interesting, and where most hot takes on this topic fall apart completely. Over 86% of development teams still use Agile practices, and between 81 and 87% rely specifically on Scrum as their primary framework. Around 66% of organizations globally are now running Scrum or other Agile frameworks across multiple departments, not just in software, but in finance, healthcare, marketing, and government. 95% of professionals surveyed say Agile remains highly relevant even with the rise of intelligent automation. Job growth for Scrum Masters is projected to increase by roughly 24 to 26% heading into 2026. The Bureau of Labor Statistics forecasts a 7% increase in project management specialist roles through 2033. Senior Scrum Masters and Agile coaches are commanding salaries of $140,000 to $160,000 or more. And the talent shortage in this space is actually getting worse, not better. Companies are actively struggling to find experienced Agile leaders. So we have a paradox. AI is automating core Scrum Master tasks, yet demand for the role is growing and salaries are rising. How does that make sense? It makes sense because organizations are not eliminating the Scrum Master. They are redefining it. The role is shifting from process enforcer to strategic coach, from task shepherd to team enabler, from status reporter to organizational change agent. Companies are discovering that as AI handles the mechanical work, the need for someone who can coach humans, build culture, and drive continuous improvement actually increases. Think about it this way. When developers started using AI coding assistants, the need for senior engineers did not disappear. It intensified because someone still needs to architect systems, review AI-generated code, make judgment calls, and mentor junior developers. The same pattern is playing out with Scrum Masters. AI handles the what, humans handle the why and the how. But there is a real catch. Scrum Masters who refuse to adapt are genuinely at risk. The phrase circulating in Agile communities right now captures it perfectly. AI will not replace Scrum Masters, but Scrum Masters who know how to use AI will replace those who do not. If you are a Scrum Master in 2026 and you have not learned how to leverage Atlassian intelligence, set up Rovo agents, use AI-powered sentiment analysis, or integrate predictive analytics into your coaching, you are falling behind a curve that is accelerating every quarter. The practical adaptation path looks something like this. First, master the AI tools that are embedding themselves into your daily workflow. Learn how Rovo breaks down epics into actionable subtasks. Understand how AI-generated velocity predictions work, and just as importantly, where they consistently fail. Use sentiment analysis as a data point alongside your own intuition, not as a wholesale replacement for it. Experiment with AI-powered retrospective analysis that surfaces patterns across multiple sprints. Second, double down on the skills AI cannot replicate. Invest in coaching certifications. Develop your ability to facilitate difficult conversations about performance, conflict, and team dynamics. Get better at organizational politics and stakeholder management. Learn to read rooms, not just dashboards. Build the kind of trust with teams that no chatbot will ever generate. Third, expand your scope beyond the single-team model. AI is shrinking the time it takes to build features, which means sprint cycles are getting faster and teams are getting leaner. That means Scrum Masters will likely work with multiple teams simultaneously. The demand is shifting from one Scrum Master per team to one highly skilled Scrum Master supporting 2 or 3 teams, augmented by AI handling the administrative overhead across all of them. There is also a bigger structural shift happening beneath the surface that most discussions about this topic miss entirely. As AI transforms product development at every level, organizations are going through what amounts to a full-scale AI transformation wave. Someone has to guide teams through that transformation thoughtfully and responsibly. Someone has to figure out how AI tools integrate with Scrum processes without breaking empiricism. Someone has to coach teams on when to trust AI predictions and when to override them. Someone has to maintain psychological safety when half the team worries about being replaced. That someone is the evolved Scrum Master. The bottom line is this: the administrative Scrum Master, the one who exists primarily to run ceremonies, push tickets, and generate reports that nobody reads, is on borrowed time. That version of the role will not survive the next 2 to 3 years of sustained AI development and enterprise adoption. But the strategic Scrum Master, the one who coaches, builds culture, navigates organizational complexity, and now leverages AI as a powerful co-pilot, that professional is more valuable and more in demand than ever before, and the market data backs that up conclusively. The question was never really whether Scrum Masters are becoming obsolete due to AI. The real question is whether individual Scrum Masters are willing to evolve as fast as the tools around them. The ones who are will lead the next era of product development. The ones who are not will become the cautionary tale that proves the skeptics right. And that choice, that very human, very non-automatable choice, is happening right now.